सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे
नेशनल एंथम 4 देशांचे से आज होते हैं आजच्या मीटिंग मध्ये उद्या नॅशनल एंथम बोला ही नाही.
जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे
रोटरॅक्ट क्लब आहे म्हणजे यंग 25 वर्षामध्ये
जय 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 हे.
Moving ahead to the national anthem of Ghana.
God bless our homeland, Ghana, and make our nation great and strong, both to defend forever the cause of freedom and of right. Fill our hearts with true humility, make us cherish fearless honesty, and help us to resist oppressors, rule with all our will and might forevermore. And help us to resist oppressors, rule with all our will and might forevermore. And might forevermore.
Moving ahead to the national anthem of Nigeria. Lastly, the national anthem of Kenya.
Dove साबणापेक्षा
Thank you so much to everyone. Uh, with this, I would like to welcome you all to the session today, and now handing it over to the president of RC Ebu Mercy for the object of Rotary to the object of Rotary.
The objectives of Rotary. The objective of Rotary is to encourage and foster the ideal of service as a basis of worthy enterprise and, in particular, to encourage and foster first, the development of acquaintance as an opportunity of service. Second, high ethical standards in business and professions, the recognition of the worthiness of all useful occupations and the dignifying of each Rotarian's occupation as an opportunity to serve society. Third, the application of the ideal of service in each Rotarian's personal, business, and community life. Fourth, the advancement of international understanding, goodwill, and peace through a world fellowship of business and professional persons united in the ideal of service. Thank you.
Thank you. Now over to the president of RC Tema Meridian, that is Sarah, for the Rotary four-way test.
Fellowship, Rotarians, fellow Rotaractors and guests. The four-way test for the things we do and say. 1. Is it the truth? 2. Is it fair to all concerned? 3. Will it build goodwill and better friendship? 4. Will it be beneficial to all concerned? The four-way test. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And now handing it over to introduce the guest speaker for the day to the president of RC Thika. Do we have the president of Rotary Club of Thika with us? Do we have the president of Rotary Club of Thika with us?
Hello.
Hi, Edna. Over to
Hey,
you
how are
for
you?
the introduction for the guest speaker for the day, that is Rotarian Vijay sir.
Okay, fine. Let me do that on behalf of my mom. Hello.
Sure, sure.
Hi, everybody. Good evening. I would like to introduce our speaker of the day. His name is Rotarian Vijay Kewalramani. Yeah, I think I pronounced that right. Yes, he's from the Rotary Club of Thane Royal. And yeah, he's going to give us a talk on a session rather on the Rotary Rotaract relations. Kindly let's give him our utmost attention. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, Vijay.
Thank you so much, Edna. Just a second. With this, I would also want to welcome our parent Rotary Club president, that is Rotarian Sunozovshi sir. Thank you for gracing us.
It's a pleasure to join the meeting. I welcome our speaker of the day, Vijay Kewalramani, and my fellow Rotarians.
And now over to you, Vijay sir,
Nisha,
to grace us.
Nisha. Hello.
Yeah.
I send you a proper introduction of Vijay sir. So can you please read on?
Sure. I'll do that.
Yeah, I send you WhatsApp.
Sure. It would be a very big pleasure of mine to be introducing you, sir. So to start with, he's a chartered accountant by profession and in practice for the last 25 years and is a well-educated person, which can be seen by his educational qualifications, which goes as BCom, LLB, LLM, FCA, MBA in finance, CMA from Australia, DIP IFR from UK, and he's also obtained a certification in forensic accounting. He is practicing in the field of direct taxes appellate and fraud investigations apart from his routine practice of chartered accountancy. He has also delivered lectures and presented papers at various professional and other forums, including Rotary clubs, on a wide range of topics, including the fraud investigation, limited liability partnerships, fraud crimes, budgets, black money, income tax, to name a few. He's also been training government auditors through the Indian Audits and Accounts Board on topics like risk management and fraud detection. He had been invited to train the government's supreme auditors from Afghanistan on fraud detection. He authored a book published by All India Federation of Tax Practitioners, Western Zone, titled Limited Liability Partnership Simplified Through Frequently Asked Questions. He has also written various articles in various professional magazines on LLP. CA Vijay was introduced to Rotary at a tender age of 11 when his father, late Shri Narayan Radhakrishnan Kewalramani, who has been his ideal and mentor, joined as a charter member of Rotary Club of Thane East. He then went on to become one of the most successful presidents in his year, that is 1985-86. His mother, Srimati Umadevi Narayan Kewalramani, is also a past president of the Inner Wheel Club of Thane East. CA Vijay himself was a charter president of the Rotaract Club of Bombay Mulund East in the year 1990-1991, where he successfully led the club to great heights. Rotary has been built in his DNA, which has also been seen from the fact that he has undertaken his CA training from the guidance of late PDG Jagdish Khanna, who was a very dedicated Rotarian. CA Vijay Kewalramani joined the Rotary Club of Thane Premium in the year January 2015 and was adjudged as the best new Rotarian of the club in the very year of induction itself. He was also awarded the Best Rotarian Award in the club in the subsequent year of 2015-16. He was the Honorary Secretary of Rotary Club of Thane Premium in the year 2016-17. And then he joined the club, now known as Rotary Club of Thane Royals, in the year 2017-18 as the Honorary Secretary come the President-elect for the year. He'd been the president there for the year 2018-19, where he was instrumental in reviving the whole club. He has completed his Rotary Leadership Institute graduation and is now a trained faculty as well. Since joining Rotary in the year January 2015, he has visited over 35 clubs across the length and breadth of the country, from Jammu in the north to Kanyakumari in the south, from Kolkata in the east to Vadodara in the west. During the pandemic period, since April 2020, he has attended over 180 online meetings from across 15 countries in the globe. He has friends across the Rotary world in India, Nepal, Ghana, Nigeria, UK, Pakistan, South Africa, Kenya, Uganda, USA, Canada, Liberia, Israel, Indonesia, Brazil, Chile, Zambia, Spain, Liberia, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Singapore, etc. are a few to name. And he has been also inducted as the honorary member of Rotary Club of Tema Meridian, Ghana. He's also been made the global coordinator for a global grant project initiated by several clubs in Nigeria. He's been invited to be the founder member of the Rotary Action Club on Menstrual Health under the formation by the Women in Rotary International Group. He's been invited by various clubs in India and overseas to address the topics relating to Rotary Foundation, networking opportunities in Rotary, and various other topics relating to Rotary. CA Vijay is a multiple Paul Harris Fellow and is also a Paul Harris Society member. His late father was also a Paul Harris Fellow, and his wife, Dr. Gayatri, and son Saurabh are also Paul Harris Fellows. He was the district chair for TRF3 during the year 2016-17 in the newly formed district of RID9102 and the Avenue co-chair TRF2 in the year 2019-2020 and is currently the Avenue Co-Chair District for the Thrust Area 1 for the year that is 2020-21 and has also been nominated as the District Treasurer for the year 2022-2023 in the RID 3142. He is ably supported his better half, Dr. Gayatri, who is a MD in microbiology and MPhil, and is working as an associate director in a multinational company. And his son, Saurabh, is studying in standard 12th and aspires to be a CA like his father. With this brief introduction, I present to you the Rotarian past president, CA Vijay Kewalramani, sir. Over to you.
Thank you, Nisha, for the detailed introduction. Friends, it's always a pleasure to speak about Rotaract, being a past Rotaractor. At the outset, I would like to thank the Rotary Club of Thane Downtown for taking such an initiative of talk on the Rotary Rotaract relationship, which is very important in nowadays, today's terms, because this is one thing that we have been seeing since my days as a Rotaractor. Gul, as he rightly said, he's been a past Rotaractor and we have been here. I would also like to thank the president of Rotary Club of Thane Downtown, Sunil ji, for being here, and also the presidents of all the co-host clubs who have joined in to listen to me. Some of them being my very good friends, like my younger sister Nagu and Yuva from Abuja, Lakeside and all. And before moving to the topic per se, I would just like to say about my relations with Rotaract. Because Rotaract, being a past Rotaractor, I have a passion for Rotaract, and I have always tried to see that Rotaract should grow and flourish. Since the time I have joined Rotary, I have made it a point that whichever club I am in that sponsors one or the other major event of Rotaract, which we have been doing since 2015. And even this year, we have sponsored a program of Rotaract District 3142. So, friends, I would just like to share my screen, and I would today be speaking on Rotary Rotaract relationships, how we would look into the history of Rotaract, how Rotaract has evolved, and what have been the relations with Rotary, and now how it has evolved. The relationship have evolved, and now it has grown closer. You must have seen various amendments coming in COL 19 with effect from 1st July 20, and some amendments coming in with effect from 1st July 22. They are major amendments which will go a long way in improving the Rotary Rotaract relationships and creating a very good bonding. First, we would just a brief highlight on Rotary. Rotary, I would not like to say much. Everybody knows it's a service organization. Started in 2004. Today, we have around 35,000 member clubs worldwide and more than 1.2 million members known as Rotarians. Friends, going to Rotaract. Before going into the relations, it's important to understand what is Rotaract and what is the history of Rotaract and how Rotaract evolved. So Rotaract basically is again a service club for young people aged 18 and up. Friends, it started with an age limitation. We will look into it. Now it is 18 and up who are dedicated to finding innovative solutions to the world's most pressing challenges while developing leadership skills and making friends from around the world. So this is the highlight, that developing leadership skills and making friends from around the world. When leadership skill developing is one thing which I would personally like to acknowledge, because my speaking skills developed from my Rotaract days. Initially, I used to be a shy guy, very shy to speak in public, but when I became the president, I took over the mantle. I started speaking, and that gave me the habit of speaking, and today I have been speaking at various international fora, not only Rotary, but professional fora and others. And now today, and the other thing that it says, it makes friends from around the world. And today's meeting is one example where we have got different Rotaract clubs from around the world coming together. And I'm sure these guys must have made good friendships among them. And this partnership would go a long way ahead. Rotaract was started as a program. It was created by Rotary International by combining the words Rotaract, Rotary and Action. And ultimately, the full form of Rotaract is Rotary in Action. Rotary in Action. The aim of the program was stated to be to develop leadership and responsible citizenship through service The basic aim was to create young leaders, develop leadership and responsible citizenship at a very young age, so that they grow up to be very responsible citizens and be good leaders. Now we'll try and understand the basic history, how it all started. It all started, friends, as early as in 1935, when our founder Paul Harris encountered a youth organization based on Rotary principles in Australia. And since in 50s onwards, many youth clubs were sponsored by Rotary clubs. And initially they used to be sponsored under various names, like Paul Harris Circles in Europe and Rotors Club created in some American university. In 65, these organizations slowly started growing, young organizations, especially after 1962, when Interact as a program was initiated by Rotary International. So when the interactors used to reach their age of 18 years, so it was thought how to accommodate them. So they used to create clubs called as Senior Interact, which ultimately turned out to be started as a program of Rotary International in 1968. In 1968, the first Rotaract Club of Charlotte North was incorporated by Rotary Club of Charlotte North Carolina. So this is where formally the Rotaract movement started. Although, as I said, the Rotaract movement started way back in 35, but formal name of the Rotaract came in 1968. Then the relation, and when it started in 1968, the age group was kept at 18 to 30. It was basically for the youngsters. As I said, the people who completed Interact, they were looking for an opening. So at 18, the Interact stopped. So 18 to 30, the youth clubs were there, and 30 onwards, they were normally taken as Rotarians. In 1990s, the first time that Rotaractors combined their organizations on a multi-district international level with creation of multi-district organizations in Europe, Australia, and South America. This is where Rotaract went international. There were Rotaract districts earlier also. I have been a president in 1991. We had a Rotaract district which was very active. And today, the growth is such that we have over 10,675 clubs in about 180 countries and over geographical areas internationally, with over 203,000 members. So it's not a small organization. In Rotary, we have around 1.2 million members. Rotaract, we have got 203,000 members. So which gives the Rotary family, enlarges the Rotary family by large. Friends, initially there used to be hiccups. What used to happen was Rotary used to form Rotaracts. They used to sponsor the club and leave it aside. Rotaracts were left to fend for themselves. Very seldomly, we used to find a Rotary club coming forward and supporting a Rotaract club. They used to form Rotaract clubs and leave it just as if a child is born and then he's left to fend on his own. Slowly, the need for supporting Rotaract arose, and then slowly Rotaract was taken as part of the Rotary family, which we look now. Because in our Rotaract days, I believe Gul and other Rotaractors who are there from that time, they will agree that whenever we had to do some programs, we had to literally fend for ourselves, search for our finances, search for our support. Very seldomly we used to get support from Rotary clubs. Although our parent club, they also did not used to support much. They used to say, we have created you, you are an independent club, please move ahead. So that's why, because Rotaract members decide how to organize and run their club. So this was what they used to say. You have been given a simple identity. You are to decide how to organize and run your club, manage your own funds, plan and carry out your activities and service projects. Now it has been made that Rotaract has been made an integral part of Rotary International, so that club can now literally take them as a partner in service. Rotaract helps the members with leadership skills, career development. Yes, this is one important point again. Career development is very much important in international service. Through Rotary Youth Exchange and all, many Rotaractors are going and they can build their career and international service. They develop good relationships, good friends across the globe, which will help them in their career development. Rotaractors are true partners in service. Now with all this, and as I said, in the recent years, recent development, now Rotaractors are literally partners in service and key members of the Rotary family. which has just happened recently since 2016. These recent amendments have started working, and so they are now working hand in hand as one big family. As I said, the decision started coming from 2016. So what were the first important decision taking by COL 2016, which was effective from 1st July 2016? Rotractors can have dual membership. This was the first time where it was recognized that Rotractors should be given a part in the Rotary family. And the dual membership was started that Rotractors can also join Rotary as members. Yes, Rotary clubs are asked to give certain concessions because Rotractors are mostly young people. Either they are studying or they are in their initial stage of their career. So it's difficult for them to pay their fees and fend for themselves. So some concessions have been given. And today, fortunately, there are so many Rotractors who have joined in Rotary and they are working very good hand in hand with the Rotarians. And even today, there are Rotractors who are also on district committees which are supporting them. Then, friends, this was the first step towards integrating Rotaract with Rotary. And then the second and major leap was taken in COL 19. COL 19 took very drastic decisions which will go a long way in improving the Rotary Rotaract relationship. There were certain decisions which were effective 1st July 20 and certain were effective 1st July 22. What are the decisions which are effective from 1st July 20? That is the current Rotary year. Rotaract was converted from being a program of Rotary International to being a membership type. So now, as Rotary Club is a member of Rotary International, now Rotaract clubs are also directly members of Rotary International. So the status of Rotaract has been elevated to resemble that of Rotary clubs. They are members of Rotary family. Now they have been bought at par with a Rotary club and not as a student club or a subordinate club of a Rotary club. Now they are at par with a Rotary club. Rotaract clubs can now be formed with the sponsor, without a sponsor, and in fact, Rotaract clubs can sponsor themselves. Rotaract clubs can sponsor other Rotaract clubs. Two or more Rotaract clubs can come down and sponsor another Rotaract club. So these are the drastic changes that have happened, which were earlier not possible. And to take these into consideration, the standard Rotaract Club constitution has been amended, and also the recommended Rotaract Club bylaws have been amended. Further, to go into the decisions, the Rotary district encouraged. See, this is an important, friend, this is a very important development, that to be part of the Rotary district committees, now Rotaractors need not be Rotarian members. You need not have dual membership. Earlier in 2016, when I was discussing the amendments, the effect was that we had to have dual membership to be part of Rotary district committees and support the Rotary. Now Rotaractors in their capacity as Rotaractors without being Rotarians can be part of the Rotary district committees, and the Rotary districts are encouraged to take Rotaractors in district committees. And I think from next year onwards, we will see more and more on this trend. Rotaract clubs, as I told you, can be formed without a sponsor. Rotaractors now may be involved not only by the district committees, but by RI President, RI Board of Directors, and RI Foundation trustees relating to Rotaract matters. So they can be involved as advisories to RI President, RI Board, RI Foundation Management Trustee to give, because see, ultimately Rotaractors know the problems faced by Rotaractors, and they can support, they understand the emotions, they understand the feeling, they understand the requirement of the Rotaractors being with them day in and day out. We sitting at Rotary clubs, although we are sitting with them, discussing with them, but it many a times creates a gap. So it's always better that they sit. And the foremost important, the last important amendment that was made was the upper age limit of 30 has been removed. Initially, there was a proposal to increase the age limit to 35, but ultimately they have decided that the upper age limit will be removed. So now what has happened, the clubs have been given the option to either continue the upper limit or set their own upper age limit or remove the upper age limit. The only thing is that they have to get if they have a sponsor club, they have to get the approval of the sponsor club. And if the new club is being formed, they can decide their own bylaws based on the recommended bylaws. So that upper age limit has been removed. This is one very important step. But yes, they expect that people, though continuing as Rotaractors, should also move on to Rotary, because ultimately moving on to Rotary will support them in their future career and development. And the last important is now that Rotaractors have been brought at par with Rotary, Rotaract clubs have been brought at par with Rotary. This is one thing which should also be taken care. So from 1st July 22, because friends, why this amendment has come, I'll tell you. There was a thought process that because we are allowing the Rotaractors to continue without any upper age limit, so there may be some financial losses to Rotary, because although Rotaractors who could have become Rotarians, and then they would have paid RI dues and all fees to RI, they may not become Rotarians and they may continue to be Rotaractors. So that financial loss is there. So just to compensate and set off, a decision was taken that Rotaractors should be paying annual dues directly to RI as Rotarians are paying now. This will be effective 1st July 2022. The fee structures are $5 for university and institution based clubs, $8 for community based clubs, and the above are to be paid per person. Up to now, a Rotary Club is formed with a sponsor fee of $50 a startup fee, certification fee, which normally is paid by the Rotary Club, and Rotaractors they pay to their club for their administrative expenses. But now, over and above that, Rotaractors would also have to pay RI dues. Above that, they will be eligible to subscribe to Rotarian magazine or other Rotary news magazines also now. Rotaractors, after this amendment of COL 19, so they have been made eligible to subscribe that. They can give direct TRA foundation contribution. So these are the major amendments. When this is how slowly and gradually the Rotarians also thought the need of Rotaract, the need to incorporate the youth within amongst ourselves, because there was a problem that the Rotary membership was not increasing beyond 1.2 at a particular level. So what they thought, let us increase the family. It is important that the Rotary family increases, the bonding increases. Ultimate aim of Rotary and Rotaract is to provide social service and community development. So together with a bonding, we can come together and we can provide social service and community development. So friends, this is a small presentation for me. I am open for questions. Thank you once again, Nisha, for taking the initiative, and thanks to all the presidents for joining. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. That was a great one. And you had a very good presentation.
I am open for questions if any, Nisha.
Okay, so to start with, sir, I would just want to know what would the benefits basically be for Rotaractors whenever they join a Rotary?
See, the benefits are you grow into a very big network now as Rotaractors, ultimately as youth and all there you have. But when you go in, you see Rotarians, they not only are about service, but fellowship. And now Rotary has also started this concept of Rotary means business. So you get business networking opportunities, you get professional development opportunities. So one should always also keep growing, and you can still have your dual membership. Nobody is stopping you from. You need not leave Rotaract to join Rotary. You can have a dual membership.
Got that, sir. Thank you. Anyone else with any other questions? We could take it up.
I have questions, sir.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, Pratik.
Yes.
Protractors is a part of global grants. What do you think? In Rotaractors is part of
Yes,
global
yes.
grants.
Now even Rotaractors can take part in global grants project, and they can apply and they can get global.
It is amended or
yes.
It's,
No, it is allowed.
Anybody else?
Anyone else with any other questions?
Dr. Vijay,
Yes, Sunil.
yeah, it's a pleasure to talk to you on this platform. We are the professional colleagues, but it's always on Rotary. There's a different style of fellowship. Always we enjoy. What I want to just put the focus how the Rotators benefit through Rotary in developing their careers basically and getting a experience of the Rotarians shared by the Rotarians share their experience with the Rotators and guiding them.
See, anyhow, as I said, that they have been partners in service, and for the past decade or so, the need has been felt to work with Rotaractors and partners in service. Earlier, it was not called as partners in service, and then for the past decade, it has been referred to as partners in service because it was felt that Rotaractors are our integral part and they should be taken together. Rotaractors, as I had given in my presentation, it's the duty of the Rotary Club to advise and guide the Rotary Club also. Rotaractors, as and when they need, they are free to approach the Rotarians for guidance. As far as your career opportunities are concerned, either they can do their own career fairs or they can invite professionals from Rotary clubs and all to guide their clubs about career opportunities. And if they become Rotarians and join with them, definitely there can be, as I said, networking and professional opportunities. These are youngsters in Rotary. We have got many set up businessmen who may be requiring youngsters, young professionals, and then they may meet together, and that would definitely help them because it's always better to have a known person rather than going for somebody new. So if a Rotaractor is known, and basically in Rotary family, I have seen world across because we follow the four-way test. So people have a faith in a Rotarian and they would like to go in for a Rotarian. Thank you.
Thank you very well.
Sir, what is the changes in your Rotaract time and now Rotaract?
I told you, Pratik, when I had to form a club, I literally collected 20 of my college and community friends. I collected 22 friends. I caught hold of a Rotary president. I told him, sir, I am giving you a Rotary club whether you are interested, because they were not too keen to go. But because if you give something on a platter, he said, okay, Vijay, no problem, we are on. We formed that Rotary club, and then there was no looking back. But the only thing is, as I told you, it was not, they just form it by Thika, they have just done their job, that they have formed the Rotary club and they leave the Rotary to fend for themselves. You need any support, there were certain Rotarians who used to support. Overall club level, there did not used to be much of a support. You had to literally do everything yourself. If you have to do a project, you have to rush for people, like in a Rotary club as we do, look for sponsors and all that. So we had to literally go over there for sponsors. Rotary clubs never used to advise. If you go to them for consultancy, then you can make out from their body language the way we have already given you, now you please decide on your own. But now the relations have changed, because I have seen a sea change in the last 30 years in the Rotary Rotaract relationships. And as I said, it is good, always better. And that's why when I joined Rotary and I was approached by the then DRR, sir, we need to do the Rotaract district assembly and we are not getting sponsors. I said, my club will sponsor you. If they don't sponsor, I'll personally sponsor you. Don't. So, and that year onwards, whichever club I have been, we have ensured that one or the other event has been sponsored by the club, otherwise by me personally, because there's an old attachment with Rotaract, and I have seen the difficulties faced by the Rotaractors in those days. Yes, today you people are given lot of support, which you cannot imagine the sea change. It's literally a day and night sea change between then and now.
Thank you, sir.
Any other questions from anyone?
Yeah, can I just ask a question?
Yeah.
I'm Dolly here from District 3310. We are actually trying to help the Rotaractors by helping them to elevate to become Rotarians. So we see some problems here is like, for example, I'm from Malaysia and Singapore and Brunei, the district I'm on. Malaysia will be part of Sabah and Sarawak, and then Malacca and Johor. When the Rotaractors would like to break away from the sponsor club, That means that they have to register themselves with the registrar of societies. Is that the same in India? I would like to find out.
India, there is no such rule, but India, if you want to work, means if you need to take some tax benefits and if you want to take a tax number, you have to apply as an association of persons. Here it's called as an association of persons. You don't have to register with the society's registration. Here we have a Societies Registration Act, a Public Trust Act, as well as a registration association of persons. Whatever charity that we do through Rotary on Rotaract, that has to go through either Section 8 company, that's a non-profit company under the Companies Act, or a charitable trust under the Indian Trust Act, or the local state-wise Public Trust Act. And then you have to register over there for doing charities. Otherwise, you need not register. You can function as a Rotary Club. But if you need to open a bank account or you need a PAN number, income tax IRS number, you just need to form a association of person deed as an additional document over and above the standard Rotary Club constitution and the recommended amended bylaws, because without that you cannot get the income tax IRS.
Yes, yeah, that's right. That's what we are facing right now.
Yeah, but we have to do, even in Rotary clubs, we have to do that.
Rotary Club, that's why you have to do. So by 2021, if the Rotaractors would like to be a Rotary Club, that means they have to apply for it. The Register of Companies, Register of Societies, correct?
No, it's not required. See, for just forming a Rotary Club, it's not required. If you need an income tax number.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and you have to just prepare a deed. You need not even register. It can be unregistered association of person. It need not be registered. An unregistered association person can apply for income tax number. They can go for a bank account and no issues on
that. And that means that if the Rotaractors would like to have bank account, that means they have to register themselves, correct?
Yeah. They have to form a deed, no registration required. Please, Dolly.
Oh, no registration required. That's why we are facing this kind of problem. That's why every country is different right now.
Yes.
That's what, because that's what we are facing.
Being a chartered accountant, I can tell you that much of this thing.
Okay.
It's a similar line in India also, but to start a Rotaract club, we don't need any registration under any society or AOP.
Sunil, what
if
I
you
said
want to
was,
do some operations, bank account operations and this, bank account operation, income tax bill, as Vijay has already rightly said, then we need to have that registration. Either we not go for a society. Normally we go for a AOP.
No, but we need not even register. You just prepare a deed. That is suffice.
Yes, that is formation is sufficient.
Yeah,
not
that is what I said.
Okay, so it's quite different from us here.
Yes.
So we have to register with the Registrar of Societies.
You have to register only if you want to do charity and claim the tax.
Correct.
If you want to do charity for tax benefit. If you don't want to claim tax benefit, because what many a times happens is you do charity, and when you get the donations, the people who are donating would like to expect some tax benefits. So if they need those tax benefits, you have to be registered as a society and then also registered with the IRS authorities for those benefits.
Yeah, okay. The other question which I would like to ask is that, so in 2021, all the Rotaractors, they will be like, is it parallel like a Rotary Club? Or they just remain as a Rotaractors, they have their own still bylaw?
They will have their own bylaws, they will have their own standard recommended constitution, but the status of a Rotaract Club is been upgraded to the status of a Rotary Club. Now every Rotaract Club is a direct member of Rotary International.
Because they pay dues, so they are entitled to log into My Rotary and all that.
Yes. Now they can do that now also, but they have to pay the dues from 1st July 22.
I see. Yes. So that means they remain as Rotaractors, but they were upgraded in the sense that they are allowed to use the My Rotary. Only in that sense.
Everything else is at par. The qualifications criteria, the disqualifications criteria, termination criteria, qualifications of a club, disqualifications of a club, everything is at par with a Rotary Club.
Yeah, but do you call them Rotarians or Rotaractors?
Rotaractors only.
Okay. I got that right
but
now. Thank you very much.
What Rotary has done is they have increased the Rotary family with just one jump from 1.2 million to 1.4 million by adding these 200,000 people.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much. I got it clear right now. Thank you.
Welcome, Dolly.
Thank you.
If anybody has any different views or would like to make a contribution, I would be glad to learn from them. Because I see many past senior Rotarians and Rotaractors sitting over here, DGNs and PDGs, so they are all welcome to give their contribution.
The other one is I would also like to share with you is that the institute will have problem too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
with this fee structure coming in, yes, the institutes will face a problem having members. Community-based Rotaract would not face that much of a problem because there are many Rotaractors who are in their initial stages of career, so they are earning something, so they would not mind paying something. But institutional Rotaractors, yes, they would face a
that's
problem.
right. Yeah. I wonder how we are going to face it. What does the Rotaractors think of? Any Rotaractors in-house in
There are a lot
what
many
what
Rotaractors.
what do they think? Maybe they should share some ideas.
Now
Yeah,
when the
hi.
limit is now removed, now Vijay can be also rotator, have dual membership.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can
Yeah.
get.
hi. Yeah, hi everyone. This is Pubudu from District 322 strain of Sri Lanka and Maldives. Actually, Vijay and all of you, you all are correct. Our district is facing this huge issue of for institute based because 60% of our district represents the Rotaract district represents from the institutes. So they find this the $5 matter from my year. Actually, I will be the governor for 2022 onwards. You know, so what do
Yes.
they do currently? I'm just sharing with you our Rotaractors plan. They actually involve with us from now itself, and they have a kind of a fundraising projects, especially administrative. You know, you can't have a public money to use your membership, right? Or this is not ethical. So what do they do now itself? They do like, you know, t-shirt sales or something to do with their club member fundraising, and
Yes.
raise their funds and keep it in the club to you know the compensate for their membership in coming years, because these institutes per se, most of them are government universities. They won't allow you to charge any membership fee because it's a free education in our country. So I believe most of the country is the same. So I
Yeah.
think we need to prepare our youth partners for this. You know, some mechanism now itself. So we have 2 years to go. I guess, you know, work with your governor, governor-elect and governor nominee, you know, so they all in sitting in our boards, our discussions, and we all recently also had these challenges and discussion. As Vijay correctly mentioned, you all are provided with huge opportunities from the Rotary Foundation up to anything, just like what we do. But just $5 is just, you know, value addition, I'm sure, in your life. So what we request you is work with your current governor and the elect and the governor nominee. See how best you all could help the institute-based people.
I can put in just one suggestion, being a financial guy. If the sponsor Rotary clubs also, because it would be in their interest also that those institution-based clubs do not die down and they continue, they can create a fund, sort of a benevolent fund or this thing that we have. They can just create a fund and invest that money in some returns, and those returns can be used to pay the dues of the institutional Rotaract members. That can be planned.
Yeah, you're correct. Only thing is be mindful.
Yeah.
Do not use public money fundraising events for your membership, because
No,
that's
it's
not
not
ethical.
mindful. I am saying Rotarians can come together and they can contribute
Correct,
and they
correct. No, what
can
I'm saying,
deposit.
they also, yeah, they all,
can,
but this, what they are doing currently now is they started their own fundraising small events to, you know, put up a fund for future.
Yeah, but
Because
as
institute,
Rotarians, we also have a duty to ensure that these kids grow and they develop. So we can support them in this way. I think Sunil will agree with me.
Correct, yeah.
And what I feel, they are like springs. They find their own ways, rotators.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of them in my districts are very confident, you know, when we ask them, discuss with them. So that's a good sign. I guess the Rotarians do support, but however, they find their own way most of the time, which is we also should be happy about it and just sharing with you. So I think we all need to be supported on this matter, and there's no choice for all of us. Yeah.
I welcome our DG and Kailash Jethani ji also on this program. And Kailash is also a past Rotaractor. He was a Rotaractor with me in my day. So he can also throw some light on the developing Rotary Rotaract relationship, the current development on and the effect on the institution-based Rotaractors with the fees. Kailash ji, if you can just say a few words.
Thank you, Rotarian Vijay, for giving me this opportunity of speaking. My compliments to the host club president and to my batchmate, Ubudu Di Joisa. Uh, Good evening, everybody. Friends, one of the most wonderful program of Rotary is Rotaract. And Rotaract, since it has got an elevation in the status now, from the year 22-23, Rotaract will be recognized as a member of Rotary International and not as a sponsored club of Rotary or a structured program of Rotary. So much so that they can form a club without a sponsor, or even a Rotaract club can sponsor a Rotaract club. So a lot of exciting opportunities will be opening maybe in a couple of years from now, and we have to ensure that the steps taken by Rotary International a couple of years back in the COL or in the COR of 2018-19 by Barry Resin, our Rotary International president then, and followed up by Mark Maloney, the Rotary International president of the last year, and also followed up by Holger Kanak, the Rotary International president of this year. I guess we all should come together and ensure the vision of these great leaders, Rotary leaders, to see to it that the Rotaract gets its due importance and it plays a vital role for longevity of Rotary. We'll need to do it because these will be the very members of Rotary. We have seen not many of the Rotaract had joined. Vijay will agree with me that we had a lot of Rotaractors in our times, but not many have come back to Rotary fold. This is all about the perception. We need to change the perception, and it will change only with the Rotary Rotaract relationship. So I compliment the host club today to have taken up this very imperative and sensitive topic of Rotary Rotaract relationship, and I'm sure that we are heading for a very exciting time ahead. Thank you.
Kailaji, we were having a discussion just before you entered that the fee structure is there. It will have an impact on the institutional Rotaractors. So how to deal with that? That was the discussion that was going on with DG and Pugdu and DG Dolly from Malaysia.
See, I believe there will be a hockey stick effect. It might see a decline in the membership for a little while, but I guess it is worthwhile for any Rotaractor to institutional Rotaract club member to pay $5 per head. It's not a big deal. $5 per head, even for developing country like us or Sri Lanka or any other developing country, will not be a big deal. Of course, if we are looking at underdeveloped countries, then it's really a sum that we will need to look into. But this might change as far as the COL is concerned. So it may see an enactment or an amendment if there is a problem. If we are seeing loss in the membership, if we are seeing the membership is dwindling, then I guess we will have to revisit the charges that we have decided on. But $5 for an institutional Rotaract club member will not be a great deal for a year. This is my reading. As I told you, it will be a decline for a little while, but I guess we'll be fine.
Thank you, sir. Yes, Nisha, please continue.
Yes, so if we have any other questions, we could address them. I see Mr. Douglas who's raised his hand. If you could please go unmute yourself and go ahead.
Yes, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. My name is Fawn Otite Douglas. Incidentally, the Rotaract chair for my district, District 9141. Like previous speakers have said, first of all, let me apologize for tuning in, logging in late. I usually still have this problem with time difference. Now, previous speakers have talked about the $5 not shouldn't be an issue for institutional-based clubs, which I also agree. But unfortunately, in my district, the retractors, if it's not something for them, if it's not something they started, okay, it's not, they find it difficult to bring in their money to do it. As we speak, they have a function they have arranged for themselves in the second week in December, and it's already fully subscribed. But if during the conference you now ask them, oh, your conference fee is XYZ, they will now try to lobby to see how you can cut it down or make it free for them. So I think for us, we might have an issue too, having to pay that $5, even though it shouldn't be a big deal to do for them. So how do I handle that issues now?
That's what we were discussing because DGN from Sri Lanka, she stated that their Rotaractors in their district, what they are doing is they are doing fundraising like selling t-shirts and all, and generating money for paying the fees. Or one more suggestion that I had given, that even Rotarians can come forward and create a fund for those at least institution based, especially those economically backward people who cannot afford. So they can create a fund, they can invest in some uh, securities and all, they can earn returns, and those returns can be used for paying the fees of these institution students who cannot afford. Those who can afford, let them pay for them.
Yeah, you are correct, Vijay. Actually, what I mentioned in Sri Lanka, what happened in Sri Lanka and Maldives,
yeah.
I'm talking about, we have two different issues. Like some institute-based Rotaractors can afford to, they are prepared to do this $5 subscription. However, by institution, by law, because most of our universities are government-based and they are free education, they are not allowing anybody to charge the students. So that is a restriction we face. So that is where we encourage them now itself, you use your fundraising and have some kind of a fund for Rotaractors. And as you correctly mentioned, I think my colleague Kalesh mentioned, this will be a very temporary thing and everyone will see the value of joining Rotary, from the fellowship to the network, to the professional development, to the foundation projects, you will benefit, yourself. So I guess what you must do is start talking to them about the benefits you will reap through becoming a Rotarian or the dual Rotary Rotaract, membership. So start getting more information about Rotary Foundation, how your country, your clubs being benefited. You can have that figures from the Rotary Foundation. If you write to RI India, you will get all these figures and share with your Rotaractors. Show them these are the one quantified benefit you will get it, and also the networking, as Vijay very clearly mentioned, networking, professional development, career development. I mean, it's endless opportunities. So I think we could do it in a very strategic way, quantifying the benefits to the Rotaractors, show them how we were benefited. I mean, I was a Rotaractor, but how I got benefited being a professional in this industry is amazing. So I guess this $5, initially $5 is, I guess, it's a very, very minimal amount, because Rotary International have to charge something, because you all are treated, Rotaractors are treated equally as Rotarians from 2019 onwards. So I guess this is the benefit you have to show and help them with, a little fundraising work, if at all, if they are facing financial difficulties. That's my suggestions. Thank you.
Elaji, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, in continuation with what my colleague Pubudu said, I believe we we can also start talking to the Rotary clubs to support the institutional clubs, which are not coming from a upper strata or the middle strata of the society, which are from the needy section of the society, and which may not really genuinely afford that kind of a meager fee of $5 per year. So I guess we can start talking to Rotary clubs also and sensitize them that if we don't want to lose Rotaractors, we'll have to put in some extra money and extra effort to ensure that they retain their membership. Maybe they can start a matching kind of a proposal, wherein maybe $2.50 is paid by the club, Rotary club, sponsoring Rotary club, and the rest of the $2.50 or $2 is taken care of by the member themselves. So these are some suggestions that can work, but we'll cross the bridge when it comes. But we have to sensitize. I agree with Pubudu on this, that we'll have to sensitize each and everybody, because change, whenever it comes with its own problems, and there's some resistance to change for some time in the start. But I guess we'll tide over these teething problems.
Also, one more suggestion for Protractor Nisha and all of you from 4 districts. We, as I guess DGs, DGEs, DGNs, wish to connect all of you guys in district level or the Rotaract club level. Each district, let's connect. As Vijay mentioned, this is the huge benefit to being a Rotaractor. So I promise you that I'll connect my DRR elect. Still, we have not elected DRR nominee. However, we all can connect all of you guys, share your experience, like what we do in Rotary, So I'm sure we, being the Asians or whether, this part of country, had the same challenges or same opportunities. So connect all of you guys. Let's connect, I believe, each other and share. And if it is, fixed into your plate, use it. Otherwise, you share what you have benefited, and we all could be benefited in that. Thank you.
Sure, sure. In fact, to say a couple of experiences which I personally underwent, I was a part of a inter-district, exchange to Sri Lanka during DRR Anuradha's year. So I was one of them from our club who represented, and secondly, even during Amjad's year, I had visited Sri Lanka. So to start with, I am yet very much connected with both of the DRRs, and I hope to, even visit soon and connect with others as well.
Sure. Thank you. Not only all 4 districts, I welcome all of you. Yeah. Let's work with the district governors, elects and nominees, and the Rotaractors, whoever wish to, share this, because this is a challenge for all of us. It's not only for one, and plus majorly the opportunity. So let's work together. So I'll drop my contact details on the chat box. So we all will be in touch. Thank you.
Dolly, you wish to add something?
I'm okay, because we in my district, we have a task force. We set up a task force, to look into the matter. So we have been hopefully we try to help the Rotaractors. We will have a forum very soon, and those, because not every club has a Rotaractors, so we will invite those clubs that do have Rotaractors, and we will try to see how we can help them out. So maybe you can have a task force in your district.
Sure, thank you. And I think DG and Kailash should also be planning something.
Yeah.
Work together.
That's right.
And
yeah.
Being in a district team as a district treasurer designate, I can assure all the Rotaractors that of the fullest support of the district team in that year, including the DGN and the other district officers. Because most of the district officers at the are past Rotaractors, and they understand the needs of the Rotaractors, and they can support the Rotaractors.
That's right. And also, not every Rotaractors not every Rotaract club would like to break away from their mother club, the supporting club. So maybe there will be an understanding between the sponsor club and the Rotaractors. They still need the help of the sponsor club. Yeah, something to look into at the present moment before they can fly away to become Rotarians. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to share. Thank you.
Nisha, it's all yours.
Okay, if we are done with everyone's questions, then we could maybe move ahead. Are there any other questions?
We can move ahead. It's already time.
Okay. Great then. Firstly, thank you so much, Vijay sir, for the wonderful session. Now, moving ahead, going for the vote of thanks for the day, I would request the president of Rotary Club of Karain to take over for the vote of thanks. Do we have you, President from RC Karain? Just one more call. If we have the president from Rotary Club of Karain. Okay. No problem. I would just take up the vote of thanks as well. And with this, firstly, I would like to thank each and every attendee to be here and to be attending this session. So firstly, to start with, thank you so much, Rotarian Vijay sir, for this wonderful session and beautiful insights that was provided to us. We are blessed to have that knowledge. Secondly, moving ahead, I would like to thank our Rotary Club of Thane Downtown for this. Thank you so much, Sunil uncle, and thank you so much for being here. Moving ahead, we have our DG nominee, that is Rotarian Kailash sir. Thank you so much for gracing us. Thanking all our joint clubs and the co-host clubs for this session, that is a Rotary Club of Thane Royals from RID9142, Rotary Club of Ulhasnagar CHM College, Rotaract Club of Embu, that is from Kenya, RID9212, Rotary Club of Tema Meridian and the Rotaract Club of Tema Meridian, that is from Ghana, RID9102, the Rotary Club of Milimani, that is from Kenya, and the Rotaract Club of Milimani, again from Kenya, that is RID9212. And lastly, the Rotaract Club of Thika, that is from Kenya, RID9212. I would like to thank all of them and thank you for gracing us and making the speaker session of Rotary Rotaract Relations a successful one. We've had a total attendance of 60 plus people with a peak of 62 during the session.
Nisha, one club is missing.
You missed out Embu and Abuja, Jabi, Lakeside.
Yeah. Actually, Rotary Club of Embu, Kenya. It's 9221.
9212. And
9212. And Rotary Club of Abuja, Jabi.
Abuja, Jabi, Lakeside.
Lakeside, Nigeria.
I am apologies and really extremely sorry for missing out on those names. Actually, that was not in the list that was provided to me. But nevertheless, I am heartfully thankful to you all for making us to this event. And I'm really happy for having the successful one. And a very big thanks to our very own PIS director, that is Partner in Service Director, and our President-elect, that is Rotarian Rotaractor Pratik, for making it a successful session.
Thank you once again for the initiative. And this was, as I said, a very important topic and a required topic for that.
Yes, Vijay sir, couldn't agree more.
So adjourning the meeting, I will stop the YouTube.
Yeah. 1 second.
Thank you, Vijay, Rotary Vijay. That was a nice topic, sir. Good one.
With this,